This illustration deals with a second person, where a second person may be necessary, and this is in accordance with 110.2C2 informational note. And of course, you know, this was in the previous edition of the 70 document. But the purpose of change was to actually take 110.2C2, renumber it, and relocate it is NFPA 110.6C2. And the second person now in the 2021 edition of 70E would be NFPA 70E 110.6C2 informational note. Now notice number 1 to the left top side of the illustration is a hazardous risk assessment procedure. Must have to be included identification of a second person employee to respond to medical emergencies. And that's the hazardous and risk thing that would be taken in accordance with 110.5H1 Informational Note 1 on page 16. Now, notice the item number 2 below the second person. What training second person or the second employee may have to receive is outlined in 110.6A1 on page 17. Now notice the contact release requirements that a second person must be qualified to perform is outlined in 110.6C1. And of course, you know, we have a refresher training every year where such a person may be required, maybe like on 480-277, where the facility requires it now, not 70E. 70E would not require a second person maybe, except when the voltage was over 1,000 volts. So page 19 would have the section 110.6C1 to NFPA 70E. Now notice the red tape used as a guard or barricade must be about waist high, is outlined in 110.7E on page 38. Now for the shock hoods, and when maybe a shock hood is needed, we would naturally see the 70E table 130.5G and the little b below the table on page 29. Now, this is just a relocation of the information that used to be in 110.2C2 informational note, which is now 110.6C2 informational note. And so really this is just a renumbered and relocated section.